information in a deadly attempted prison escape at the Pasquotank Correctional Institution.
Authorities just wrapped up a news conference and said 3 people are still in the hospital. Corrections Officer Justin Smith and Corrections Enterprise Manager Veronica Darden were killed.
14 people, including 10 prison employees, were hurt. We have team coverage at 4 to cover every angle of this story, including the timeline of what happened, more on the victims and the injured.
We begin, though, with Joe Fisher, who is in Pasquotank County right now. Joe.
Well, Laura, what we just learned in that press conference, one of the big things we learned in that press conference is that 4 inmates were injured in this failed escape yesterday, and those 4 inmates are the only 4 believed to be involved in this attempted escape at this point. The Department of Public Safety says they are looking into whether or not additional prisoners were involved in this but as of right now, there were 4 inmates injured, and those are the 4 inmates that are believed to be involved in this escape. I want to run down some of what the sheriff and the Department of Public Safety talked about in this press conference. It went on for more than a half hour today. We know that now more than 200 law enforcement officers responded to the Pasquotank Correctional Institution after they got a call for an assault at 3:08. That call was upgraded then to a possible escape, and then fires that were set in the sewing plant where some inmates work. About 30 inmates were working to embroider logos and other sewing activities for the state. We have learned that that call came in at 3:08, and we have confirmed that there are 16 total victims in all of this. The 2 employees that died, the 10 other employees that were injured, and then the 4 inmates that were taken to the hospital. Everyone has been released from the hospital except for 3 employees who are still in Centera Norfolk General. We're told that the DA's office was on scene yesterday and that there are several crime scenes throughout the prison that are still being examined. I'm told that the prison is still on lockdown more than 24 hours after this foiled attempt. The Department of Public Safety not detailing the weapons that were used in the attack, but they do say that the inmates would have had access to potentially deadly weapons in the sewing plant. Right now, there is no evidence of any escapes, but they do say that the inmates, those 4 inmates, were found all in the prison yard, and the sheriff alluded to some of those inmates trying to climb the fence, trying to get out. When asked about if this was a spontaneous event or a planned and coordinated event, the sheriff said, quote, "We do not think this was spontaneous in no way. We do not think this is spontaneous in no way." And we also did hear from Annie Harvey. She is the deputy is with the prison system. She was detailing the injured people here who are all sergeants and correctional officers and 1 maintenance worker. I did ask Annie Harvey with the Department of Public Safety, why these inmates who are in for serious violent crimes, why they would have had access to potentially deadly weapons. Here's what she said.
Nothing's guaranteed. The majority of the population we serve, they want to do their time and they want to go home. We want to provide them the best opportunities to be successful at that. We try to ensure that we deal with their highest needs and the risks so we can take care of those things. So we try to provide them cognitive training and also skills, because if you can't make a living, then what are you going to do? And so it's a balancing act, but we do have classification instruments and things that we use to try to determine what the risk factors are.
And she did say they do have a process for determining those risk factors, and then those inmates are put into the sewing plant program. As for the fire that was set, it was clarified in today's briefing that it was 1 fire that was set in a fairly large room. They did not detail any of the damage, and we are still working to learn exactly what charges those 4 inmates do potentially face. But we do know that those inmates are now out of the hospital and they have been transferred to a maximum security prison in a different part of the state. We're going to continue to go through that press conference. We're going to bring you updated information in our next hour when I see you at 5 o'clock. We're live at Elizabeth City. I'm Joe Fisher. 10 on your side.
Thank you, Joe. 10 on your side. Jason Marks spent the day working to learn more about the prison employees killed.
Yeah, so Jason, what did you find out?
Well, when you start talking about Veronica Darden, and also Justin Smith, you hear the word love a lot. Love for their family, love for the inmates, and most of all, love for their jobs. Now, Justin Smith was 35 years old. He had started working as a correctional officer in 2012. Now, he was providing security at the sewing plant. His family tells me he worked 2 jobs and was a very caring man. He comes from a law enforcement family. Veronica Darden, she was 50 years old. She started working at the prison more than a decade ago, and she worked her way up from correctional officer to manager. She supervised and trained inmates in the sewing plant where this all started. Her daughter told me that she just got back from a cruise on Saturday, and she loved the inmates very much.
How could they do that? Like, how? Like, she showed them so much love. Like, I don't care if they was in there for raping a 2-year-old child. She took them in as her own. How could you do that to a person that loved you? You're not even doing this to a person that's against you. You're doing this to a person that is for you.
Yeah, her daughter said Veronica Darden was such a caring woman, really cared about the inmates, that she was there at work for them every single day for the last decade. Now, coming up tonight on WAVY News 10 at 5, we will have much more on who Justin Smith and Veronica Darden were and what an impact they left behind. We're live in Pasquotank County. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
Very raw emotions there. Thank you, Jason. More than a dozen people had to be hospitalized after that attempted escape yesterday.
And we just learned more about the 3 remaining at Sentara Norfolk General Hospital. 10 on your side's Erin Kelly picks up our team coverage from there. Erin.
Well, as we have been saying, 14 patients went to Sentara Albemarle Medical Center, but 3 of them from there came here to Sentara Norfolk General Hospital. I want to show you some video from yesterday when a Coast Guard helicopter from Elizabeth City arrived here. Sentara officials said 10 of the 14 transported are employees, while the others who were injured, the 4 of them, are inmates. Again, 3 other employees who were seriously injured remain here at Sentara Norfolk General Hospital. We've just learned a little bit more about them.
Those who remain in the hospital include 2 correctional officers, Wendy Shannon and George Majette, and a maintenance mechanic, Jeffrey Howell. Officer Majette has been upgraded to fair condition today. Officer Shannon and Mr. Howell remain hospitalized in critical condition, and we are praying for their recovery.
Now, again, officials said that 7 employees and 4 inmates injured in the incident have been released from Sentara Albemarle, but we know that there are 3 remaining here at Sentara Norfolk General Hospital. I have been talking to the family of one of them, working to gather you some more information, and we'll see you at 5. For now, we're live in Norfolk. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.